now I'm going to just talk about using eBay as a side hustle or as a full-time job. So here are some items I'm going to put on eBay tonight that I thought I might show you to look out for when you go to markets or car boots here in the UK, or if you live in the UK, just look out for them. So they're locally sourced. For example, this brass pair of binoculars, they're Victorian. Now, I paid £20 for them. Now, the good thing is they've already been polished up at some point. I don't have to strip them down and polish them up. So it's good to go like that. So it's kind of helpful. The other thing is when you're buying binoculars for resale, make sure that the lenses are not chipped or cracked and that it focuses well and the dial moves up and down properly like it should. And just check that, because a lot of sellers try to sell broken ones and just tell you, oh, it's fine, but it's not, because when you sell on eBay, you'll have a problem. So right, because this is just purely to help you, that like if you're buying for resale, you don't just buy on a gut feeling, that you've got to check the things over. And also you can't get pressured by a seller. So when you want time to have a look at something, just go for it. Just do it. Don't let them talk you into things, because that's happened a lot where they try to talk you into something. Also, like getting the price down for something. Just stick to a base price that you're happy with and stick to it. Don't just feel like you've got to, because the way things are this time of the, like what's happening in the world, you got to come first. And I don't mean being rude, but I mean, it's got to be fair and you can't get talked down into something. So anyway, just remember it's a buyer's market at the moment. And anyway, so that's a binocular. I got this very small hunting knife last Sunday for £10. And that's pretty cool. They usually get about £20 to £30. So if you buy in bulk, you can see you make quite a lot of profit in the over the time. Now they usually mark Sheffield. I've still got to polish that up just to see the mark. Now we have some sailor-made little charms out of cowbone. There's a harpoon. And here's a better picture of what they look like. But there you are. And on the cowbone, you can actually see the little specks. So you can tell that's not ivory. And it's not whalebone, because there's a difference between cowbone and whalebone. And here's a little sailor-made pulley made from cowbone, which also got last Sunday. There's a small collection of them in a tin. And I quickly just said to the guy, how much? He said £20 for the lot. Perfect. So here we go. It's mostly made out of one piece with two little pulley wheels. So it's quite well made. Again, here's a better picture. Hopefully they'll do well on eBay. And again, here's a couple of game tokens or game counters. This one actually has a wooden base. It's been pinned. Not sure if you can see the pins. Just at the top and on the tail, holding it onto the piece of, looks like teak. And again, another cowbone whale game counter. You usually see fish-shaped ones, but these are whale-shaped ones. Again, made by sailors in the Victorian times. We've got the sporran I got last Sunday for £2. Now I fixed it. If you've seen my previous video, you'll see the chain was broken. So I just attached it, some wire, very carefully inside the tassel with this like a bell top. And then you've got some sort of Scottish heraldic stag head, or heart, as they call them. And on the back is a pouch. You can see it's got like a purse. So again, £2, that should get profit. That's what helps. If you see something broken, you can repair it and you can make good profit. Next, so we have a Georgian copper tankard. So that I bought, I think 2 weeks ago. Now that's going to get put onto this bunch. Costs £5. And this is quite cool. It's a cribbage board. with a brass catch on the front. And if I open it without them falling out, the original cards. You can see the playing cards, and it's got the original bone if they come out. So basically these little bone, show you, like pegs. So you put them in the holes while you're playing. They're made out of bone, and it's quite cool. It's complete I mean. And you've got the instructions as well. So it's a Victorian set. The original cards, you can see they're very old cards. It's an ace. So again, this was £5. So I'm looking about 30 to 50 for this, which is quite cool. Those are little bone pieces here that have been drilled. So that's quite cool. And then we have some gaming dice in a cup, some carbone dice, which is pretty cool. So I usually get up 20 to 50 pounds for these. This cost me about £10 for the set, so again a little bit of profit. It's got 3 dice. It's also a game called Liar's Dice, which was typical in saloons and bars in the 1800s, the Victorian times. So you can look that up. And also a cowbone cup, or horn cup, or beaker, as they call them. And it's very well made. The turn base. This cost me £5, if I remember. And a Georgian tea caddy. The bone inlaid key area, or key plate, as you want to call it, keyhole plate. Now it has a bit of wear, but it's Georgian, so it's you know, it's very old, about 300 years old. This one. You see the inside. It's pretty cool. When I paid like £5 for this, because again, when it's missing parts or broken, you can really barter. And the idea is to buy as quickly as you can to get around the market as fast as you can. So like I say, the markets are better than the thrift stores or the charity shops, because the charity shops, you just got to, it's basically on luck if you get anything old from them. If some people have mentioned to me that they don't get much at the charity shops, well, that's true. But again, you've got to still go and make the effort and just check, because you never know what might be put in there. So here we go. So if you use this as a side hustle, if you get into eBay, especially if you live in the UK, now I use click and drop with Royal Mail, which is very easy when you've got to send off orders. They've made it actually easier since the recent takeover by the new boss. And also Parcel Force for heavier items. They've made it much easier online. So you just drop it off at the post office once you print off the labels. And you can print the labels off on a normal printer, but the Zebra heat printer, I mean, they cost like £200 or so, but they're the best for labels, for the sticky labels. And on the Royal Mail site, you can get all the, you know, the different types of stationery you need, like the labels, cable ties, bags, all that sort of thing. But that's, I'll do another video talking about that with Royal Mail, which makes it quite easy. But if you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and there will be more. And I do apologize, looks like I've picked up the flu from the weekend, but anyway, that doesn't matter. Hope you have a great day tomorrow, and thanks again.